All right, let's get into it. Today, we're looking at something pretty different. It's called mFLO, and it's being framed as an experiment in participation. Really, it's about finding a whole new way to interact online. But let me start with a question for you. You know that constant roar online, social media, crypto speculation, bots, it's just noise. So what if, just what if, real, genuine signal had its own sound? What if you could actually pick it out from all that chaos?
Well, that's pretty much the core idea behind mFLO. It's this attempt to build a digital world where every single action is deliberate, where participating is built on a cost. Yeah, but it's not the cost you're thinking of. It has nothing to do with money. Instead, it's all about your focused attention, your effort.
So, how does that even work, right? To get it, we need to learn the one fundamental rule of this world. You can think of it as the engine that powers the whole shebang. Okay, so this is called the Quest key gate. And get this, it's designed to completely replace things like usernames and passwords. Here's how it works. First, a quest gives you a target number, super specific. Then you burn a tiny, tiny amount of the network's token, mFLO, to match that target with absolute precision. The transaction hash, that unique digital fingerprint, that becomes your key. It literally opens the gate. So you're not proving who you are with a password, you're proving it with a single skillful action. Now you're probably wondering, what does it mean to burn a token here? It's really important to get this. It is not a payment. The tokens don't go to developers, they don't go to other users, no. They're sent to a permanent, unretrievable address they call the fountain. Poof, gone forever. It's more like a public declaration. It's you saying, I was here, I chose to do this, and I expect nothing back. The act itself is the whole point. In that act, that burn, it brings us to a really important number in this world. And that number is 18. Why 18? Because here's the crucial part, the big reveal. The power of a burn isn't about how many tokens are to the left of the decimal point. It's about the 18 decimal places to the right. Think of it like a shared canvas, one that's equally available to everyone, no matter how much you have. Your skill, your focus, your intent, it all gets encoded in how precisely you can hit a target within that tiny, tiny space. Okay, so once that clicks, that it's about precision, not price, you can start to see how you can actually participate. And that brings us to what they call the archetypes. These are basically the different paths you can choose to walk. So there are three main paths right now. First, you've got the creators. These are the writers, the curators, the people building out the world's knowledge base. Then there are the cultivators. They're all about growth, but in This Is Key, not by spamming invites. They get rewarded for finding other high-quality people. And finally, you have the gamers, who compete in these strategic games where, again, it's all about your timing and precision. Your wallet size means nothing. So you've got these mechanics, these different roles, and it's all built on top of one single, pretty radical philosophy. Let's peel back that layer and look at the why behind this whole experiment. And this right here, this is the core difference. Think about Web 2. Think about most of crypto. What's the rule? Capital is king, right? The person who can spend the most wins. Flow just flips that completely on its head. Here, your record is king. Your standing in the community is something you earn through a history of good, relevant, respected actions over time. I think the best analogy they use to explain this is a smoke signal. The mFLO token? That's just the wood. Anyone can get some wood, but what actually carries the meaning? It's the smoke, the message you create with it. It's your precision, your timing, the human effort you put into it. That's what makes the signal trustworthy, not how much wood you burned. And really, it all boils down to this one powerful sentence. Standing comes from records of relevant, respected actions, and capital can't substitute for that record. I mean, think about that. Your history of quality participation becomes the one thing you simply cannot buy. So, why bring all this up right now? Well, because after laying out this world, the people behind it are now issuing, well, they're calling it a call to adventure. Look, this whole ecosystem is brand new. The tools, the games, the blogs, they're real, they're functional. But the community, it's just starting to find its voice. It's like a quiet frontier right now. And what a frontier needs is its first explorers, its pioneers. And that's the mission they're putting out there. It's not just about using a new platform. It's about participating in the experiment itself, giving that crucial feedback that builds the foundation, and maybe most importantly, helping to shape the culture from day one.
And there's this real sense of a limited window here, a chance to build something based on signal and quality, right now, before all the noise and hype of the next crypto bull market comes roaring back.
So the tools are built, the foundation's been laid, the invitation is out there. The only real question left is, are you going to be one of the people who answers that call?